Hi, I'm Lucy Griffiths. And how do you handle the workplace bully? The office bully, the bullying, intimidating person in the office, in the environment where you work, can really make your life difficult and make your work really difficult. Here are some strategies to help you stand in your own power and regain control of a situation. Because at the end of the day, the workplace bully is simply a small little person trying to gain control in a situation. So how can you step out into your power and regain your control? If you like this channel and you'd like to subscribe, I'd love to see you around. I have lots of tips about marketing and really owning your own power and confidence building for in the workplace and also in business. How do you handle the workplace bully? A few years ago now, I was in a situation where I complained about someone in the workplace. And when I complained about them, they were one of the guys who bought everyone drinks and they were really popular. And they were basically popular because they bought everyone drinks. And they sort of were seen as like the fun go-to guy. But also, this kind of guy was also the person who had really unprofessional behaviour. Let's say it was just off the scale of unprofessional. And it was quite sexist behaviour, and it was very intimidating to me at the time. And I felt really, really uncomfortable, and I just didn't know how to handle it. And it just all spilled out one day when I was kind of cross about something. I just let rip. And if I'd have kind of thought twice about it at the time, would I have said anything? Definitely not. But in the context of today, where things like the Harvey Weinstein allegations, the Me Too movement has come forward, that actually it was just me speaking out 15 years too early. But these are the same situations that were just completely unacceptable behaviour of, intimidation and sexual bullying, where you just didn't need that kind of hassle. So, how do you regain your control? So first of all, number one, it's really about knowing how to say no. When you know how to say no, you can stand firm. You can stand in control and be like, you know what? I'm not going to accept this. So it's really about body language, because when you're playing small with your body language, they are thinking they're big. So no matter what stature they were, the guy who intimidated me and, assaulted people was tiny. He was really small. He was smaller than me. And that was probably part of his issue. So what you need to do is think about, how can you stand tall? So those shoulders back, head held high, eye contact, look someone in the eye. And when you look someone in the eye with confidence, it really makes them think, oh. So you know that thing about don't blink first? Don't you blink first. So when you see that person who you really want to avoid, look at them. Really look at them and smile at them. You have nothing to lose by smiling at them. And you don't have to do it in a kind of like, I'm going to do it in a fake smile way. Just be like, it's okay. I can handle you. I can work with you. And they will find that really intimidating. Which leads me to step two. Step two is really about being in control of yourself. So when you are able to forgive them and be like, you know what, I'm in control, actually they find that really discerning. They don't know what to do about it. So deep breath. Practice meditation so you feel calm and in control. And just be like, you know what? I can do this. I can handle them. Because being able to handle the office bully is as much about dealing with you here, so that you can say, you know what? I can do this. I can really do this. Because the more you talk about it, the more you kind of overcome it, the less power they have. So start feeling like, you know what, I'm going to regain my power. Because when it's a body language thing, it's an animal thing. When they think you're weak, they'll go for you. But when they think you're strong, they don't know what to do. And that's why learning how to kind of have those techniques where you can look after yourself and you can say, you know what, yes, they're not very nice people at all. In fact, they're horrible. But I can be in control of what I choose to think about. Which leads me to step 3. What you think about. When I was being bullied, one of the key books that really helped me was Eckhart Tolle's Power of Now. And this book, A New Earth, was the other one. Basically, his 2 books really helped me to see the world differently. To see how I'm not my thoughts. A thought is just a thought. And actually, I might have all these thoughts about this intimidating person. And I still get them. This morning I woke up with a bad dream because somebody who bullies me was frightening me and I was dreaming about it. So I still get them. But then you can just say a thought is just a thought and enable you to get back into a more confident space. And when you're in that confident space, then you're able to work from a much more logical, authoritative position. So A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle, I really recommend it, and I'll put a link below. The other author that I found really useful is Wayne Dyer. And Wayne Dyer also taught me to think differently. And so when you start to think differently, then actually the place that the bullies have in your life is diminished, because you don't have to just see them as like this big thing. Actually, they're a small part of your life, and you can choose to have other thoughts. And once you choose to have other thoughts, they lose their power. And that's what it's about. It's about them losing their power in your mind. It's you who's having these reactions to everything, but you can choose to think differently. And it's okay. It is difficult and it is scary, but it is possible. The final tip is something that I've been learning with my toddler son. When my son is at nursery, he sometimes doesn't know how to communicate, to say he doesn't want the child to steal his toy or to hit him or to bite him or whatever that, little kids do, because they're just testing and playing out the world and they don't understand how to behave with other children. And in the same way that the child who's being bitten or pushed or whatever doesn't know how to stand their own ground. So you as a parent have to teach them. And one of the things that I've been working with him is to say, ouch, that hurts, or, oh, I don't like that. And it really got me thinking that actually we need to learn the language to be able to say, that's not acceptable. And if we can say it early enough, like, oh, I'm not sure you should be saying that, and you say it in a kind of jokey way, it sets a line. So it sets a line early before they start their mischief, before they start going down the track. So if you can have these kind of jokey fun, but setting a barrier, setting a line, that it means that you can do it in a way where it's comfortable for you. It's not like you're having to be intimidating. It's not like you're having to get into a conflict, but you can still set a line, draw a line in the sand to say, don't step over this line. So, oh, I'm not sure you should be saying that, or something like that is fun, but it's not threatening or intimidating. If you like this video, I'd love you to subscribe, and I share lots of confidence tips and ways to overcome kind of social anxiety and just ways to feel more confident in everything you do. Thanks so much for watching.